And that is we have an active shooter. Well, we don't know that he's active anymore. God willing, he's dead. But we'll bring you what we know going on in Midtown Manhattan right now. Police responded to 345 Park Avenue, right in the heart of Midtown. We have our local Fox 5 coverage up here now. We'll dip in and listen to a little bit of this, but active shooter was reported about an hour ago in Midtown Manhattan. And there's been a lot of speculation on, was he shooting from a building? Did he shoot and then go into the building? Well, there you go. So that's the first official thing I've seen on the screen. Lone shooter has been neutralized. And they believe he may have died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. In the Blackstone building, which also houses the NFL headquarters as well. There's a picture that was released of this guy walking around in Manhattan. And Aaron, I don't know if you can switch off of that. We'll go back to that in a second if they get it. They've been interviewing people who are on the scene there, but this is the picture they put out of the guy they were looking for, and that's him wearing sunglasses, a bulletproof vest, and carrying what seems to be an automatic rifle. Ooh. Just out in plain sight there in New York City. And the word now is that this guy is supposedly dead. And whether that's from police or from himself, the reporting is that it may be self-inflicted, but we're not sure. But it does seem that this, right now, they're going on the premise that is a single shooter dead by suicide inside the Blackstone and NFL headquarters building. Our own Charlie Kirk reporting tonight, at least right now on his X, the suspect barricaded himself inside and was found dead on the 33rd floor. At least one police officer and one civilian are in critical condition. I believe that number has gone up. I don't know about how many killed. It's still, but I believe the number of people involved is risen to around 6. And again, we have no confirmation on how the active shooter is now supposedly dead, but with the reporting is self-inflicted gunshot wound. 6 people shot is what I'm seeing. Suspect is armed with an AR. They're saying an AR-15, wearing a bulletproof vest. FBI, obviously, an overwhelming NYPD police presence. The mayor is there as well. Again, not to sidetrack this, but New York City, just in situations like this, remember the current guy who wants to be mayor, there would be 0 police presence because he doesn't want to have police in the city.
Good point.
So you might want to just remember that as we get closer to the election. If we can, Aaron, let's dip into the local Fox 5 and see if there's any other
danger inside, but as AP has reported, at least 2 people, including New York police officers, were shot on Monday in Midtown office building that houses some of the country's top financial firms and National Football League. That includes the National Football League. And police haven't immediately identified any victims, but we spoke with one of the witnesses here who says he saw some of those victims that were in a black BMW. I believe Sky Fox had some shots of that actual car, but he said he saw they didn't appear to be alive at the time when he saw after this shooting. He said about maybe early, once the shooting happened, he heard saw about 5 officers, and then from there, this is the scene you have. Dozens, I mean, you maybe even say hundreds are out here lining Park Avenue, and this is with a bunch of businesses, banks, firms, and like I said, including the NFL, and we spoke to some of those witnesses who just really honestly couldn't believe what they saw here, being this close to Park Avenue, here in Midtown, busy side of New York, police presence in this area, unlike anything they've ever seen before, Natasha.
Yeah, Kendall, I just can't get over that picture that we're showing of that suspect. He just seems to be walking with such purpose.
Police commissioner of New York has put out an X as of about 9 minutes ago. Update. She says, at this time, the scene has been contained and the lone shooter has been neutralized. So that's what we know. As of right now, the lone shooter has been neutralized, and I'm assuming that the next job for the New York Police Department is to try to figure out very quickly if this is in fact a lone incident with some crazed lunatic? Or is there something broader going on here that threatens Manhattan for the rest of the night? I'm sure they will work every active lead they can come up with to make sure that this is to make sure that the rest of Manhattan, which my wife and daughter are part of right now.
Yeah.
I spoke to both of them. They're fine. They're down on 36th. So they're about 20 blocks away from this craziness. But I'm sure that'll be the next job of the New York City Police to decipher if this thing is actually over here tonight.